Hi, and welcome to the People at Their Best 8-part series where we will help you to become a better leader. Each week, for 8 weeks, we will cover one core leadership skill, such as coaching, delegating, effective feedback, resilience, building engagement, and so on. So it's a pathway, a journey of 8 weeks to a better you. The aim of these minute modules is to reduce the psychological pressure and the cognitive resources required by you by providing you with validated, easy to apply models. Obviously, in 1 minute, we won't have time to do much more than expose you to a best practice model, but you can rely on that model to make it easier for you so you don't have to wing it or make it up as you go. So let's dive right in. The first minute module that we'll be looking at is effective feedback. We're all very good at complaining about team performance. However, we're not so good at delivering feedback which actually changes behaviour. Changing behaviour is the hardest thing that you'll ever do as a manager, particularly when the behaviour is entrenched. To give yourself a shot at success, you need to understand some fundamental principles, and you need to use a validated model. Research suggests that fair and accurate feedback from a knowledgeable source is the most effective performance management lever available to you. In every engagement survey we've done, employees tell us they want more feedback from their manager. So here's the first principle: do it more often. Frequency of feedback is fundamental. What are the other principles? Email me if you'd like me to send you the list. A really important one is focusing on business outcomes. Whether it's boosting sales, improving customer service, if you focus on a business outcome, then it's an opportunity to solve a problem or to lift performance rather than to criticize. The next principle is make sure that your feedback is specific, observable, objective, it's concrete. People can't change their personality, but they can change their behavior. So make sure that when you give feedback, you're focusing on observed behavior. Don't assume you're right. Ask lots of questions. Make it a learning opportunity for both of you. And follow up. If people don't think that you will follow up, then why should they change their behavior? So let's look at the model now. This is a variation on the SBI model that many of you may have heard of. Let me go through it with you. And next time you deliver feedback, try and use these steps. Okay, the first one is situation. Describe the situation and describe it in great detail. What was the context? When was it? What was the person doing? The more detail that you can give, the more that you can contextualize the feedback, the more opportunity there is for changing behavior. So describe the situation. Next, describe the behavior. What was observed? Remember, be specific, be objective. Were they 10 minutes late, for example? Did they talk to a customer in an inappropriate way? Exactly what did they say? So describe the behavior, be really specific. The most important one here, and what most leaders forget to do or don't do, is define the impact. Define the impact, the consequences of that behavior. If there's no consequences of the behavior, then why should they change it? So what are the consequences for the business, for that person, for you? Okay. How has their behavior had an impact on the business, on their performance, on the performance of the team? So describe the impact. And then really importantly, what do you want the person to do differently next time? Set expectations about their performance. How do you want them to behave going forward? So try today. Each time you need to give someone feedback, apply the SBID model: situation, behavior, impact, do differently. Thank you, and I look forward to talking to you next week.